Peeing with a boner is harder than Dark Souls. Hi again, guys, and that's just one of the many mistakes I'm about to make by reading the things in this video. It'll be lots of fun, I would say, if I was a liar. If you click this video, I'm sure you already know what Rule 34 is, so I'm not gonna explain it. But if you somehow don't worry. I'm sure you'll figure out the gist way faster than you ever wanted to. I know that even having this video idea at all is really suspect. It's kind of incriminating me as to what kind of person I am, but I have an alibi, and it's that someone sent in Rule 34 comments on that "why would you post this tweet I made on my alt Twitter at Kwite bruh." I saw those posts and I was like, damn, this is absolutely vile. Could be its own video. Speaking of which, if you like this video, there will be this big card at the end that you can click or tap to take you right to the "why would you post this" one. It's like this video, except about weird shit from around the internet in general instead of this really smelly and sticky corner of it. I gotta say, I'm glad there's so many screenshots of people already finding cursed comments up on Twitter because it saved me the headache and the embarrassment of having to look for them myself. But I don't think that'll last if this video does well enough for a sequel, so if you like seeing me suffer, be sure to share this video, comment, like, all that stuff that makes a video do better and makes me an even richer piece of shit. This is so well animated. Props to the animator. Comments like these just catch me off guard. Genuine remarks that are like, wow, what an expertly crafted piece of art. You can see the effort that went into this. Great work. And that's said under something they just beat off to. That post-net clarity has their art critique brain just absolutely glowing. But I guess I shouldn't be so surprised. I found myself personally impressed by some of the creative writing and cinematography in traditional adult films. Some people are just passionate about consuming the art form. I'm a true defender of monster girls, but if I saw that, I am running away. Be glad I'm sparing you the context. It's mostly because I don't have it. But if a guy went looking for stuff that they know they're into, and even they are disgusted by what they just ran dick first into, it cannot be something fit for human consumption. Why is R34 loading so slow? Sad face. Maybe the Rule 34 website has a connection error or something. I beat a spider to death. I'm sorry, but did they expect us to be impressed by that or something? Beating a spider to death takes all the effort of walking one step forward. They're tiny and easily crushed, but Mr. Anonymous over here is puffing his chest out like he soloed a Demogorgon. Maybe if we had details, like if he styled on the spider, did a backflip and landed square on top of it, it'd be a little more interesting. But with this bare bones explanation we've been given, I have no idea why they thought that was cool. Emoji porn. Comes and explodes. I like to imagine that the explosion is unrelated to the cum, that as soon as they busted was the exact moment that their gas stove exploded and they barely survived to leave this comment. Man's really brought saltine and water into the sex dungeon. I don't know. If you go anywhere for a while, it's probably not a bad idea to bring some snacks and water. I don't see why a dominatrix setting would be any different. Just because you're enjoying yourself doesn't mean you still don't have to eat, man. Awaken my dick. Okay, we all know this is in reference to getting a boner, but I have a way worse personal story to tell you about how my dick fell asleep. You know how you can get like pins and needles, that kind of radio static feeling in your arm or leg when you lay on it for too long? Yeah, well that happened to my penis once. I woke up one day and suddenly I was like, where's my dick at? Because the place it's usually at only had that static shit going on. For a second I thought it was just gone forever, but thankfully in a few minutes the feeling returned to normal. I think I just slept with it squished between my thighs and didn't realize until, you know, I woke up. So yeah, that's why people manspread. But yeah, it basically had me in for the second scariest incident related to my genitals in my life. Nero. I going to show that bastard who is dead weight. If you don't know who Nero is, he's a character from Devil May Cry, a series of games that I really like personally, but it's kind of a coincidence he showed up on the Rule 34 comments account. I bring this particular one up though because this message serves as a really good example of a large chunk of Rule 34 users who like to go into the comments of the posts and roleplay as the characters involved. Sometimes they just throw new people into the mix who are completely unrelated just to keep the content fresh. For example, who the hell jerks off to this? I, former President Barack Obama do. Talk about a curveball, man. Of all the people who I expected to find in those replies, it was definitely not former American Senator and nothing other than that, Barack Obama. It is an anonymous account making that comment, so you can't 100% prove that it isn't actually him. Try and prove me wrong, because until you do, I'm gonna be nice and take him at his word. Being nothing more than an insect's fuck toy? God, I want that. Listen, I understand you're role-playing, man, but you simulated the stutters of being hot and bothered, and it just makes it a less believable performance to me. You could have said that same sentence in all lowercase and with no proper punctuation, and personally it would have come off as more authentic in my opinion. Yes, Samsung Sam, but the longer the icon of sin is on Earth, the stronger he will become. What was that? You thought when I said role-playing I just meant the sexual kind? Oh no, I meant folks committing to their character 100%. Canonically, the Doomslayer has no libido or sexual desire. He is completely fixated on murdering demons. This guy is staying true to his character by keeping his eyes on the prize. Plus, even if it was a sex thing, have you seen the cheeks on the icon of sin? I'd be keeping my eyes on that too. Sometimes I get scared of what is waiting for me on this site. New crispy chicken pretzel fries at Burger King. Crunchy pretzel on the outside, tender juicy white meat chicken inside. To the first guy, you know you could just not look at it, right? Okay, that's a lie. For some people, I'm sure it's like how I am with Twitter. I can stop whenever I want, I say, when I definitely can't do that shit. And to the second guy, get hired by Burger King corporate, dude. This has been the most effective advertising for their chicken fries I've seen in ages. I want some after reading this. This is a niche no one would expect them to hit, and you're capitalizing on it for them at no cost. You're good at this shit, so you should not be doing it for free. It's funny because that's not even the only unofficial ad that I saw in these comment sections. That's cool, but Dodge trucks, giant 50-foot hairy tarantulas, alien armies? No. Our competitors fear only one thing: the most powerful line of trucks, including Dakota, Durango, and Ram heavy duty. 2 words to other trucks: nighty-night. For info, visit Dodge.com. Dodge. Grab life by the horns. It might come off like a copy pasta or just some folks on the internet who happen to really like Dodge trucks and share the good word literally everywhere they go. But I'm willing to bet at least a few companies out there have a quiet wing in their marketing departments that specifically target coomers in the comment sections of these websites. They can't just put pre-roll or banner ads on these videos in websites' official ad space themselves, lest their family-friendly image be shattered. So the next most discreet and effective way is through the comment section on anonymous and burner accounts. I want this so badly. I want to be taken apart and fucked. You need help, not gonna lie. It is really funny seeing people be very openly sexual on the porn site, and even there, you'll find people thinking they've gone too far. Dude, see a therapist. Wanting this stuff to happen to you does not come out of nowhere. I guess the lesson here is that really no matter where you go, you can always be judged for something. Sorry, but I simply can't jerk off with my mans giving me the thumbs up in the corner, and this guy's right. Talk about a pet peeve. I'm sure he was like halfway through doing the deed and making good progress, but saw the thumbs up and left out a frustrated sigh as his penis instantly deflated. Because I'll never have sex myself, I have to imagine that it's the same kind of deal when a couple's about to go at it and they notice their cat staring at them the whole time, making it really awkward. So they have to kick it out the bedroom before they can keep the train moving. Frick, I nutted so hard my testicles evaporated. Now that's a literally explosive nut. A very, very literally hot one. I have to specify literally a lot because I'm walking around a metaphorical minefield of innuendos. But for your nuts to evaporate, they would have to be superheated enough to turn your flesh into a gas. I couldn't find how much heat exactly that is on Google, so I'm just gonna assume it's a lot. Upvote if you've watched Justice League Unlimited. Wait, why the hell does a Rule 34 website have a feature to upload comments? And why did people use it 170 times? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. This is not YouTube, kid. Stop it. Vote up if this is YouTube. Vote up if you want to download Punjabi Movie, MP4 Movies website, download movie 1080p, free full romantic action, subtitles HD. I forget that the folks leaving these comments are some of the same people leaving comments on YouTube videos before I am immediately reminded by threads like this that read exactly like the replies under a YouTube comment. Arguably, this dissolved into a more organized sort of chaos than you usually see on YouTube, as the average user age is ever so slightly higher on Rule 34. For porn, this is very well drawn. To me, that comes off very backhanded. Like, what about it being adult content makes it on average worse than normal art? Why couldn't it have just stopped and started at just being well drawn? It's kind of a rude way to phrase that if you were trying to compliment someone. Does anyone unironically bang their head to the music while jerking off? If so, I don't like you. I didn't know that was a thing, given I also haven't seen many musical numbers in this type of content, but if you do that shit, it has to take some serious multitasking ability. You have to manage multiple rhythms at the same time if you're trying to follow the beat of the music and the beat of, you know, the other thing. He was the ultimate wife form after all. Again, I just found this one posted to Twitter, so I don't have the context for the original image, but I am willing to bet everything I own that it has something to do with Shadow the Hedgehog. I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted. Can you believe that came from a PragerU video and not some weird roleplay Discord server?
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted.
Nonetheless, from the mouth of the head schlub himself, Dennis Prager. I've heard that audio so many times in the comfort of horny posting on TikTok that I can't imagine that sentence being uttered in any context outside of it. My dick exploded in my hands. Help. Did you try turning it off and on again? Okay, I know I made jokes about a dick literally exploding or the explosion being unrelated to the penis, but why are so many people posting this stuff like they're surprised? Like, was making it shoot ropes not your goal when you started touching it how you did? Were you expecting something else to happen? Like just hoping for a new surprise mystery liquid to come out your dick? No, it's gonna explode, man. Yeah! I want to drink all his tasty piss full of steroids. Great pick. Somehow I forgot that a drug test is when you give someone a sample of your urine to determine if it's got that good shit in it. And it never crossed my mind that that would be thought of as making the pee taste better. Nice and deep. Just like D's nuts. Okay, that comment was funny as hell, low-key. Weirdly, a Rule 34 page is probably the most appropriate place to make a D's nuts joke. You almost never have to change the topic of conversation for it to be relevant. I want to be filled as much as this effing slot. Too bad, loser. People go to this site mostly for the escapism and fantasy of it because they're getting no play in real life, which is like relatable. So to me, it's especially cruel when you remind them that they get no play when they're supposed to be in their happy place away from that reality. It's also kind of hypocritical. Like, you're on the same website with an actual named account, no less, bud. What kind of limp dick dumbasses are y'all that you consider this a cream pie? Ah, shit, we got a cream pie purist here. He just doesn't think the community standards are up to snuff. You call that a cream pie? I'll show you what a cream pie looks like. Proceeds to get fucked in the ass. He seems dangerous, so I don't really want to mess with this guy or be on Earth after reading this, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. That card I mentioned should be on screen now. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Make sure you don't go after anyone I mentioned today because this is all in good fun and doing that is cringe. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'm really sorry.